Hello and welcome to the race, NASCAR Sprint Cup race at Watkins Glen, where backup drivers Yeley and Dillon replacing the suspended drivers Hamlinfan and Dodd, who got in a fight last week after they
crashed each other.
wrecked each other, yeah. And they're suspended for one race. They'll be back next race at Talladega. And let's see how this race goes. As Yeley has been a surprising driver this week, he qualified first, obviously, that's why he started first. So he was about fourth in first practice, and he was seventh in final practice. So he's been actually surprised, as JJ isn't known as a top-notch driver, or even a top-notch road course driver. But he did do pretty good last year in real life and nationwide. I think he finished third when it was raining at Road America or something. But still, he's not like the best road course driver out there.
He's good, but he's not the best out there.
Now, Dillon, we knew Dillon would do well, as he was in the 3 last year, and we knew where he'd be coming from. And that's just a testament to how good both these two teams are, that you can just take two drivers and just put them in the car and just see how they do, and just you look at them and they're up there in the top two. It's like running the same or even better than the other two drivers who are suspended. As you can see, some of the drivers back there, maybe farther back in about 12th, are running double file. And if you actually notice, this track is actually a little bit different, as JJ gets loose coming off turn 11, I think it is. And somebody just hit the wall, you can hear it. And this track is actually a little bit longer, because we get rid of this Watkins Glen does not have the loop, or the boot part of the track does not have, and it has this long straightaway where you can get up to
about
192 miles per hour, and that makes we have a caution. As we're gonna see what happened here. It's Denny Hamlin's on his roof in the 81 car, who's actually that's actually a secondary team of Joe Gibbs Racing. He came in. That's not Hamlinfan in disguise. Oh no! Watch out! Hard lick for Denny Hamlin, who is not Hamlinfan in disguise, or at least we don't think it's Hamlinfan in disguise.
Hamlinfan's gonna be disappointed of his
yeah. After taking out CJ Dodd, it's uncalled for. It's a hard lick for Casey Kane. And Reed Sorensen, who ran so well at Martinsville last week with a top 5 finish, I think, just absolutely gets clobbered. And the 5 car is gonna limp around the entire track. And we're gonna see as everybody's gonna race back to the yellow flag, as that happened pretty early. And this track is like half a mile longer or 4/10 of a mile longer than the normal Watkins Glen, because it goes through this alternate section of the track that you normally don't see with NASCAR. As Yeley and Dillon continue their battle for first. You see, that's a scheme on the 3 car that we have. The 2 schemes they have run. We have not seen those schemes yet this year, and that's also because the drivers that run them are sponsored by Hamlinfan is sponsored by FedEx. Yeley isn't sponsored by FedEx, so obviously he's not going to have FedEx on the car. And Dillon is not sponsored by the Wrangler brand, I don't believe, is he?
No, I don't believe he is.
And he's running a scheme that we've never seen him run at all, so it's a pretty interesting scheme. You pick it out on the track, it looks pretty nice as they come back under the caution flag. As you see somebody, I see Kevin Bandon in the 18 back there in this Pontiac, as we're going to go under caution now. We're going to come back to the green flag in a minute. The 5 is still trying to limp around the track. He needs to just park his car, because Yeley actually just scraped sides with him. I don't know if you could hear that. As we're back green flag racing now. Hey, Jonathan, what do you think about the suspensions that got handed out last week at Martinsville?
I think the suspensions they should have been had, because you can't just, the anger
The fighting can't,
Yeah,
especially
it
in
can't be,
practice.
You can't. Yeah, in practice, you can. In practice, it doesn't even really matter because it's practice. And the NASCAR officials just can't tolerate the behavior of the two drivers.
Especially two drivers that are supposed to be the face of NASCAR when they're the two drivers leading in points, and missing a race, completely missing a race, has so many. You lose so many points. As we look, this is the lap car of Denny Hamlin, who is somehow still running after getting up on his roof. I don't know how they did that. They must have flipped him back over while he was under caution. And the three just moved Yeley out of the way. That's Austin Dillon. As they're actually going to come up on the lap cars, we're going to get an even better shot at the front of their cars. And that new Toyota front. Personally, I don't like it. It looks like a giant open mouth. And Denny Hamlin's slowing him up. And you know, oh, somebody hit the wall again. And Austin Dillon is going to try and take the lead as they split Denny Hamlin. And that's going to catch up. The 00 is going to get stuck behind him. Oh, the 3 runs way off track. Oh, we have another caution. I don't know what it's from. They're going to come off the track and... Oh, JJ just slapped the wall. And I think the 00 slapped the wall too. I can hear them scraping against the wall.
Yep.
That's definitely people hitting the wall. Oh, that's Kevin Bandon in the pits along with the 51 of... No, that's not the 51. That's the 41. Let's see what happened here. Running alongside Kim Markell. Oh yeah, they just get together. Into the tire barrier, hard. Both cars just start catching on fire right there. I think I hear it. You can see just pretty clean racing here, and then just a little bit of contact and just now the 41 smashes the 18 to the wall after the initial impact, and that just made it worse. We're gonna go on board with Kevin Bandon, see what it felt like for him. Oh, he had no idea. Nothing he could do. Oh, nothing he could do after that. Probably couldn't even see the 41 coming. It's not like you can turn your head all the way around or anything. And there's part of this battle again, as we're back under caution again for the second time, and we're going to go back to green flag in a little bit. As the pace car is about to pull off down into pit lane, and Austin Dillon's going to lead us to green this time. They're taking lead from JJ Yeley just a few laps ago. Now it's going to be interesting to see if JJ Yeley has any damage or anything affecting after he just scraped the wall. It doesn't look like, I can't see any damage on the side of his car, but you never know. It could have messed up the chassis. As he's running behind him. Running behind Austin Dillon. It would be interesting to see if this race, instead of JJ Yeley and Austin Dillon doing as well as they had, if we had CJ Dodd and Hamlinfan, how would this race play out? Especially when two drivers are angry at each other. I expected if they were in this race, they'd be a little bit more physical racing.
More bumping.
Yeah, they're racing really clean right now. I've only seen one bump, and it didn't look intentional. It just moved them off to the side a little bit. Just good road course racing. As JJ Yeley's just able to run him in. Almost hit him, but he backs off. Right on board with JJ Yeley, and he goes. Looks like Austin Dillon's having a little bit of trouble sticking to the line, being able to stay in the racing line there. JJ Yeley's all over the back bumper with him now. He's really going to have a good chance to get him in this next corner. Yep, there he goes. Right underneath him. JJ Yeley is looking up. Nope, it's a left-hand corner, so we're going to see what happens. Yeley's probably going to run wide. Yeah, he's going to get squeezed off a little bit. Almost went wide. Austin Dillon did not leave him very many rooms. Yeah, JJ Yeley is now moving in the lead, and he just ran way off the track there. But we're going to see if Austin Dillon hits the wall coming off this corner, because JJ Yeley... Oh, no, he didn't. He did. He just really got loose there coming off the last corner.
JJ Yeley leads the race.
Now, it'd be interesting. If JJ Yeley could get his first win on a road course in a car he's never driven before...
Against Austin Dillon.
It's Austin Dillon, who's supposed to be a much better driver, and as a substitute driver who somebody got suspended, that would just be a crazy way to win your first race. And Austin Dillon doesn't have any wins either, so that would be, if he is able to come back, that would be a pretty good comeback. But right now, the upset alert is on as JJ Yeley's out in front by almost half a second. And we'll see how this plays out and see if we get any more cautions, as we have had 2 or 3 of them so far. Multiple incidents. It's not like they're all crashing off the loop. That's actually why we got rid of the loop, is because they all crashed in the loop every single lap, and it just gets repetitive with everybody dying in the same spot. As JJ Yeley increases his lead slightly over Austin Dillon. And thankfully, we do not have any crazy leaf blower people behind us this time. Because the last time Jonathan was here, that guy was going crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like peace and quiet now. It's actually raining outside of our house.
But you can't hear it.
Can't hear that now. Which is rare because we live in California and it does not rain very much here at all. I don't know where you guys live, but probably back on the East Coast where we're actually from.
Yep.
Pennsylvania. As they come off the corner. Ooh, JJ gets loose. That's the camera angle I love. It actually looks pretty realistic to what they have. I can always hear the people scraping the wall. And Jonathan, what do you think about this battle that's going on? It's been a great battle for the fans to see.
Yeah, it really has.
As JJ Yeley continues to lead, the lead shrunk a little tiny bit, but nothing significant. It's like 0.03. As if you notice in the distance, lurking in the background is the 00 of Michelle Lee. Lurking in the background, behind her it's Cookie. Cookie, who's been running pretty... Cookie is always there. He's not going to lead all the laps or anything, but he's always there. You know who we haven't seen today? Where's the 24?
24 of
Hendrick fan.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in 9th.
We haven't seen that many of the cars anyway, because there's the same people, two people just
battling it out here. You don't really want to leave a battle for the lead like this. And they seem to be pretty... Oh, there's another caution. Oh my gosh.
And that will be the 3rd caution of the day.
Now what's this one for? I don't see... Oh, I see some smoke off track. Let's see what that is. This is Elba Wanderley, the 2, the winner of the first race of the season, but her performance has drastically dropped off. She hasn't been running that well since she won the first race. She's a super speedway specialist. Oh, Trevor Bann is off track after he won Martinsville last week, and he's struggling here today. Obviously, as his car is beat up. Is that Travis Quapple? I think it is, in the 93.
And he's just gonna...
And no, they just get kind of locked together and just spun on the wall. Travis Quapple is a thug. He just pushed him halfway down the pushed him halfway down the track, and it just keeps going and just doesn't even care. He literally pushed him off. He was like, "Get off me!" and just popped him off. That's incredible. You know what that brought out? We have a caution. Obviously, as somebody is completely backwards, spinning around on the track, just making fun of the announcers from real life who state the most obvious things. Someone's jammed into the tire fence and like, I think we may have a problem here with the 6 car. I think he's broken and on fire. And we might have a caution. Like, of course we're gonna have a caution. He's on fire. As as JJ Yeley and Austin Dillon are making their way back to the line. And there's a 00 Cookie, and I see Dale Yaffan in the 8, who's quietly having a good day here again. It's a teammate to CJ Dodd and Austin Dillon. Everybody's getting loose off that corner there. See if we hear anybody hit the wall. No, not that time.
Not that time. But there is a caution.
Yeah, we already knew that, remember? Stating obvious things. He's learning. As this is going to be the last chance, probably, for Austin Dillon to redeem himself for being beaten by JJ Yeley. He definitely needs to redeem himself here. And can anybody even get past them? No one's been past them the whole race. They started side by side. JJ Yeley went low into the first corner and it's pretty much been leading ever since, as we're back to green flag racing here immediately. And we'll see what Austin Dillon can pull out of this bag of tricks. So we're going to ride on board with him as we go through these long sweeping S corners. And we're going to go this long straightaway part where you can see, if you look at his gauge, running all the way up, all the way down straight, getting up to 193 miles per hour in that corner, which is unheard of for a road course, unless he's driving a Formula 1, which we are not. And it just ended. So I failed in life. Alright, we're back watching as after I failed and didn't add the third part of the video. And we're back racing, riding along with Austin Dillon as he tries desperately to catch up to JJ Yeley. Only a few laps to go. Jonathan, have you liked the race here so far?
It's been kind of... I've liked it, but it's really good racing, but it's just kind of boring.
Why? Because the racing's so good, you just can't handle it?
Yeah.
You're going to be really excited for our next race coming up at Talladega. That has 3 wide, 4 wide, sometimes even 5 wide. Lots of wrecks. Exciting wrecks, not just like, oh no, I crashed into a tire wall. Like, I just flipped over and burned.
And there's a dead carcass.
No. There are kids here. You're a kid.
No. I'm 18 years old.
You're not 18 years old, you're 18 months. As we have 2 laps to go, I think. As we continue to go, as Austin Dillon tries to cut to the JJ Yeley. I do not know how big the gap is because we're watching it on a really tiny screen now because we didn't have time to save it again after we failed. And I cannot read it at all. So, really close racing here. See what happens with this. I wonder if this has anything to happen on the chase. If JJ Yeley, because the thing is, if you win a race, you get in the chase, right?
Yep.
So if JJ Yeley wins this race and ends up on another team, does he make the chase? I don't know. Guess we'll have to wait and see, because I have no idea how this scoring system works. And the way NASCAR 2003 works is that if you have a driver with more than one paint scheme, it decides that it's going to screw it all up and pretend it's 2 different people with the same name, and that's why we don't have standings right now. I have to do it all by hand and add it up. And I am not a mathematician, so I do not... It takes me a very long time to do math right now. With 46, 48 people having to add up bonus points, going through all the replays to see who led a lap. So that's why we don't have any standings. So if you're asking for standings, stop. No, I'm just kidding. So Jonathan's dying over here. He's laughing hysterically. Oh, that was a weird sound. Oh, JJ gets really loose. And white flag is in the air. And this race is almost over.
Underway.
The biggest upset we've seen so far in this series, as JJ Yeley continues to dominate the entire field since Austin Dillon hit that wall. I think JJ Yeley's been faster after he hit the wall. After JJ Yeley hit the wall, he got into second, and then after that it was over. He's just like a half a second in front of him. As long as he doesn't run off track, I'm pretty sure he's got it down here.
So far, it looks like Austin Dillon's bag of tricks is too small to muster JJ Yeley's speed.
The Toyota is beating out the Chevy here, so the engine power is too strong. Which is surprising, because usually it's the other way around. Usually the Chevys are really strong at the road courses with their huge engines from Camaros and whatever else, like other kind of cars they have. This JJ Yeley runs a little bit too high there. He did not get a good corner. Runs wide off the corner, and Hamlin. Austin Dillon is catching up. Can Austin Dillon pull it off as JJ Yeley runs wide again? Austin Dillon runs perfectly through that corner. Austin Dillon is only a car length behind now. Anything can happen. Oh, he's really close on him now as we go back on the normal NASCAR track. Really close behind him, close racing. But with only one more corner for JJ Yeley to go, as long as he doesn't blow a tire and smash in this wall, everybody's loose off that corner. JJ Yeley's going to get his first win here at Watkins Glen. Austin Dillon gets second. Lee, I think, gets third. I can't really see it. So, congratulations to Hamlinfan and his team for picking up JJ Yeley and getting a win. Congratulations to CJ Dodd and his team for picking up Austin Dillon and getting second. And if you can't find your driver for some reason, he probably crashed because there were like 600 crashes in this race, more than we've ever had before in a series. You can see up in the top corner of your screen right next to the Bandicam logo, on the right of it is the position, and later in this little box over there down right next to where it says race, I'll go down there in a second and you'll